Hey, whoever snaps this Tortimer the Grey, welcome you back to another very exciting episode of Pokemon Showdown Little Cup Tortiment. And today we are starting off with our first battle of the Sweet 16. We finished off the preliminary rounds. Everybody in the Sweet 16 has an opponent, and today we have SeleneElenor going up against Pablo Sanchez. And these two amazing battlers are going to be duking it out for the right to battle in the Elite 8 against the winner of either Aaron Cerise or David Kahn. Those two are going up against it in the Sweet 16. So the winners of this battle will go up against either Aaron or David. And so let's check out what these two amazing battlers have in store for us today, shall we? Here we go. Alrighty guys, so leading off with battle number 1, SeleneElenor throws up Clawstripe up against Dwebble, and Dwebble is going to go down to a crit rock slide there. No sturdy on that Dwebble. And so Clawstripe's going to go ahead and throw up the Stealth Rocks as the Carvanha starts boosting its speed. Going to hit Clawstripe with a single Waterfall, taking it down. So for tit for tat there, taking each other out with one-hit KOs. Now, seems legit, the Fungus is going to come in up against the Venipede. Venipede's going to get the Substitute up and going to be able to avoid the Spore that way. Seems legit, is going to be getting hit by a Pin Missile, which is going to critical hit and going to take out quite a bit of damage there. But Fungus is able to withstand it and break the sub. So Venipede is wide open for Luna, the Growlithe, to come in, and Growlithe's going to take a Poison Jab. That's going to lower the attack but raise the speed of the Venipede. No, the Venipede's speed just goes up because of its ability. But Growlithe is going to be able to get the Flare Blitz off, finishing off the Venipede there and taking a little damage himself. Not too much health left on the Growlithe, but at least survived long enough to take care of its opponent. At that point, Torchic comes in while Growlithe takes the opportunity, expecting the Protect, to throw up the Morning Sun, and avoids the Fire Blast. Fire Blast there, able to land the Flame or the Wild Charge. Words would be useful, but able to land the Wild Charge on the Torchic. Torchic gets the Fire Blast, which finally connects, doesn't do a ton to the Growlithe, and Growlithe able to finish off the Torchic there despite all of its speed boosts. Then Carvanha comes in. Amoonguss is going to switch back in, take that Aqua Jet without too much trouble there. Carvanha's going to start getting those speed boosts, going to throw up the Crunch and finish off the Fungus. So continuing to boost up, really speedy now, and then the shiny Honedge comes in. That looks familiar. We've got one of those in the Hexathlon. And Phantos is going to throw up the Sacred Sword, and it's going to land, killing the Carvanha. So held on just enough to finish off that scary Carvanha there for SeleneElenor. At which point Luna's going to come back in, going to take an Earthquake and go down. So probably just a sacrifice play there. Then Bernie Sanders comes in, that's funny, up against the Armara. The Boom Burst doing good damage, especially for it being resisted there, although Armara's going to heal back up using its Berry Juice. Phanto's going to switch into the Hyper Voice, thanks to the Refrigerate ability. That is an Ice-type move. We have one of those in the Hexathlon as well, so fully aware. Taking down the Honedge. At which point Frilly Hat, the Shellos? I think that's a Shellos, right? Yes? Yes? It comes in. Bernie Sanders switches back in. Snubble switches out. Amara is out again, taking that Heat Wave from the Tailo there. Tailo's going to take a Hyper Voice and go down. Obviously super effective thanks to Amara's ability. At which point Frilly Hat switches back in. Not quite Ground type yet, so able to take that pretty well. Throwing up the Scarred to finish off the Amara. So now we're 1-1 here. Snibble's got the burn, but they're both about the same PP. So now Frilly Hat is, or not PP, HP. Frilly Hat is paralyzed but heals back up. Gonna get a Play Rough off from the Snubble, but thankfully for SeleneElenor, the burn is gonna prevent Snubble from doing too much damage. And the burn is gonna continue to tick away at his health. And it's, or her health, I suppose, and it's just going to be enough to finish off the Snubble there, SeleneElenor to withstand it. So, battle number 1 goes to SeleneElenor. We've got another battle here to see how far we will get. Maybe another one after that. I guess we'll have to see how next battle turns out. So here we go. Alrighty guys, battle number 2, and in this battle, both opponents shook up their teams, each deciding to go a different route. And so we've got Timber up against Quad S, the Abra, and that's not going to be a good matchup, so Timber's going to switch out, bringing in the Poniard. Selene seems to predict that, throws up the Hidden Power, I'm assuming Fighting. That's typically what you see being run on Abras, so going to be able to take out the Poniard without too much trouble. Chinchou coming in, getting that Berry Juice healed back up to protect it from the rocks, and able to finish off the Abra, at which point Timber and Onyx back up against each other again, Timber tanking a good Earthquake there, and able to take another one as well in order to leave it room to get a Drain Punch off. Gonna heal back a little bit, but probably not enough to survive another Earthquake, so throws up the Mach Punch to finish off the Onyx there, at which point Fletchling comes in and forces out the Timber. Archon's gonna come in to take that Flame Charge as Fletchling builds up its speed. Expecting a stone move, they're going to go ahead and switch out, but Archer takes the opportunity to defog and get all this rocks off the field, so that works out pretty nicely. Chinchou come in, takes that Scald. Going to throw up the Volt Switch, though, on the Squirtle, which is going to work out pretty nicely, at which point Skrelp's going to come in to take the Aura Sphere. Nice resistance prediction there, so that works out pretty nicely. At which point the Sludge Wave's going to go up against the Elekid, and then Chinchou's going to switch in for the Volt Switch, getting a little bit of health back thanks to Volt Absorb, so that works out pretty nicely for Pablo, at which point he throws a Scald up against the Elekid and takes it down. So now we are 4-5. Chinchou's going to take a hard hidden power from the Magby, and Magby's going to get hit by a Scald, going to be able to withstand it long enough to get another hidden power off and finish off the Chinchou, so that works out pretty well. At which point Skrelp's going to take a Psychic, and then finish off the Magby there. So 2-4 now. Things are looking pretty good on Pablo's perspective. So Skrelp throws up another Sludge Wave, finishes off the Fletchling in one shot, no trouble at all. Skrelp's going to take a Scald without too much trouble, thanks to its Dragon typing. It doesn't have real good effectiveness there. And then Skrelp finishes off the Squirtle and wins battle number 2 for himself. And so we've got 1-1, Pablo versus SeleneElenor. We are going into battle number 3 for this match. So let's check it out. Here we go. Alrighty guys, here we go. Battle number 3 of the match between SeleneElenor and Pablo K. Sanchez. And they each appear to have chosen a different team again. I think the little tweaks or something happen in between each, because you see some familiar Pokemon, some not. So yeah, really trying to keep each other on their toes here, switching things around. Reasons, the Coughing comes in, throws up the Will-O-Wisp on the Skrelp. Skrelp going to start taking some progressive damage there, but Coughing coming out and going to avoid the Hydro Pump, which is unfortunately going to finish off Pride, the I almost said Riolu, but it's a Drillbur. I call my Drillbur Ryobi, so there's the confusion. Anyway, Love is able to come in and Psycho Cut on the Timber, finishing it off, at which point Agony is going to switch in up against the Abra to go, predicting the Hidden Power fighting there, and so Agony is going to be immune. Going to use up the Shadow Sneak, not going to do a whole lot, and unfortunately for Selene, she doesn't seem to be able to get the Poison Spikes off the field, so her team's getting a lot of statusing going here. I'm going to throw up that Flamethrower, resisted by the Skrelp, and not going to do a whole lot, and Coughing, Reezing, is not a special defensive person, so pretty much physically defensive there, not able to take that Scald, goes down, brings in the Squirtle, up against the Pumpkaboo now, the Zen Head, but doesn't do a whole lot, and that Poison starting to tick away at the Squirtle there, at which point Love switches back in, unfortunately just in time to get Will-O-Wisped, which is really going to hinder its ability to do a whole lot probably. The knockoff landing, at least going to get the Eevee Light off, so doing some good work there, as Squirtle switches back in, taking a hard knockoff, probably going to go down to, yeah, the Poison this turn. So, tough loss there. Battle's not looking real good for Selene at this point, but maybe she can turn it around, so let's check it out. As the knockoff lands, getting rid of Love's Choice Scarf, putting it up against the Scrub, the Brick Break, not very effective at all, as they both begin to take burn damage, and the Psycho Cut doing a little bit more damage for sure, but not enough to kill, and the Pawniard is going to go down there. At which point Pumpkaboo switches back in, finishes off the Scrub with a Shadow Sneak. So 2-3, not the worst odds in the world. The Sucker Punch lands as Agony throws up the Shadow Sneak to finish off the Pawniard. So now 2-2. Well, I guess we should say 1-2. As Pumpkaboo switches in, and then SeleneElenor's favorite Nose Pass comes in. Unfortunately, comes right into a Bullet Seed, and despite the Berry Juice there, is... Oh no, actually it is able to survive. It doesn't hit the full 5 times, so Nose Pass able to survive, at least to get the Paralysis off, and then a Dazzling Gleam, but going to go down to a Bullet Seed the next turn. So thank you guys so much for watching. Pablo takes it in battle number 3, 2-1. Thank both Selene and Pablo for battling. Thank you guys so much for participating. It was a great set of battles. Really cool to see two two hardcore competitors going up against each other. Some great matches there, so no shame in this loss for Selene whatsoever. And she will, of course, move into the consolation bracket, as with everybody else who has already been eliminated, which I will bring into play once we get the Sweet 16 completed. We'll put that bracket up. So not too much time now. I'm only waiting on a couple of more battles in the Sweet 16. We've got most of the battles submitted, so thank you guys so much for those of you guys who are participating for going ahead and doing that. And we have Pablo Sanchez moving up into the Elite 8, going to face off against Aaron Cerise or David Kahn. Whoever wins that Sweet 16 battle will go up against Pablo once we get to that round of the tournament. But thank you guys all so much, especially Pablo and Selene. And for those of you guys, if you haven't gotten up your battles yet for the Sweet 16, I think the only two I'm still waiting on, and I don't mean to call anybody out, I'm not really in a huge rush. I've got pretty much everybody else. We've got lots of episodes to go, but just as a reminder, for those who are watching, Aaron Cerise and David Kahn, I do not have your battles yet, so if you guys want to do your Sweet 16 battles, or at least schedule something, that would be great, and just let me know when you guys have those ready. I think I've seen you guys talking in the comments, so I'm not too worried about it, but just as a reminder, no rush, obviously, you guys have plenty of time. But yeah, I'm still waiting on you guys. The rest of you guys have done great and gotten your battles into me, so thank you guys so much for participating and getting all those set up and battled. And for those who have won, congratulations. And for those who are not, you still have a chance. I took a look at it, and I will say that the winner of the losers bracket and the winner of the champion bracket will battle for the overall winner of the tournament. So you do have another, that's how double elimination tournaments go. You go into the consolation bracket, you battle your way through that, and whoever comes out of the consolation bracket victorious will battle against the winner of the champion champion bracket, and will be crowned the champion of the tournament. So make sure you guys stick around. If you lost, continue to refine your teams. You still have a chance to come in and win this whole thing. Anyway, guys, I've been Torm the Gray, and you guys have been great. Make sure to leave those likes, comments, subscriptions for me, guys, and I'll see you all back here next time on Pokemon Showdown Little Cup Tournament. Alrighty, guys, have a good one.